So what do you make of that performance?
We're very pleased with that performance actually, because obviously to score that amount of goals is always a good thing, especially for Nicky, who I think got 4 in the end. 5, yeah, there you go. So wasn't even watching. Because the lads could come and they're not currently in the first team. We're playing a team in a lower league team, etc. And you could think maybe their attitude and their focus ain't going to be there. But thankfully enough, their attitude and focus was there from the start. And very good performance and very good goals. I understand it wasn't against the level that we're going to be competing against week in, week out still, but you still have to put the ball in the net, and I was really pleased with that.
We were saying to Nick, the last time Pompey came here, they came with Peter Crouch and people like David Nugent, and they won 7-0. So you excelled that.
Yeah, well, it's not quite me. I didn't play, so the boys played very, very well. And like I said, without having a good attitude, you can't perform in the way that they did. And even on maybe 2 or 3 goals up, you're sort of thinking that maybe they might just drop 10 or 15%. That wasn't the case. We still played some proper football. We still played in the style that we want to play during the campaign this season. And so all the credit goes to the players who put on a good performance, and considering there's quite a big Pompey crowd here as well, so it was good.
Did that surprise you, that there was such a big Pompey crowd?
It would. A lot of people told me that there was going to be a lot of fans, and there are a lot of fans on this island who support Pompey, which I be honest, I didn't know. So as always, so far it's a great turnout, but this club's there's a lot of fans and there's a lot of passion for it, so maybe I shouldn't have been surprised.
Tell us about the things that pleased you.
Well, obviously the goals and the actual finishes, because some of Nicky's finishes in particular were pretty exciting. I think the first 3, I think were what I would call extremely clean finishes, where he's struck the ball in such a sort of powerful and clean fashion, especially the first 2. And this third one, from a technical sort of point of view, where it's coming across your body, can be difficult. It's a bumpy pitch, and he swept it into the net with ease. So I was pleased for Nicky to score them type of goals. That will give him so much confidence.
Lalkovic is doing everything to convince you that he should be in the first team.
He is, and he scored a very good first goal this evening, where, again on a bobbly pitch, from a technical point of view, to hit it with such power and keep it low, and it was just drilled into the corner. He's certainly a player that we know about. Kenny knows about him from his days at Walsall, playing against when we were at Wolves, and we always thought he was a dangerous player then for Walsall. Obviously he's come to this club, maybe not played as much as he would have liked so far last season. This season is obviously with a new manager. There's a freshness about Milan, and he'll need to keep going in terms of his attitude, which he is doing. He's scoring goals, he's creating. He can go both ways in the final third, where he can use his left foot to stand it up, and he can cut inside off his right and shoot and score. And he needs to be reminded to defend. But at the moment, he's doing very well, and I'm sure he'll be in the manager's thoughts soon.
Now, and you said about the things that pleased you. Anything that you thought, that's not quite right?
Not quite, because it'd be very critical to.
Of course it would.
It'd be very critical after. What was it 8-7 or 8-0? 8-0. So okay, so after 8-0, yeah, it's hard to criticise really. I did think the last 15 minutes we looked a bit sloppy, and our wide players went up against their fullbacks and made us look like we were playing with 4 up front, which never works ever. Their fullbacks or their wing backs stay in, and it causes a problem in terms of you can't ever get behind a team. They have a block of 5 at the back, and that's where I was talking about the process side of attacking. And in the middle third, the wide players coming into pockets, causing their fullbacks some problems. Do they come and close them down? Can we get behind them? The last 15 minutes, if I was critical, that wasn't quite right.
Now it moves up a notch from here, because from non-league you go to Premier League opposition. Do you think they're ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready to play some league teams now, and so we have a very big game in playing Bournemouth, who have done fantastic in the last few years, going up through the leagues, and last few seasons in the Premier League they've done very, very well. They've spent well, they're coached well, they're a well-drilled team, got a very good manager and staff, and but our lads will see that as it's the opposite from the non-league games that we're playing, where it's a really big game for the sort of non-league teams to play against Pompey, and now it's a really big game now for us then to go and take on Bournemouth on Saturday. It's a game that we need. It's a challenge that we need. It is a challenge, but it's something that Kenny in particular has been working on a lot this week with the team, and we expect to put in a good performance.
Getting nearer to August the 5th, you generally getting excited about the prospect?
Yeah. Excited probably isn't the word I would use, because
what word would you use?
Well, for me, if you're asking me, I want to win the games really, and I only really enjoy it if we win. So and when we don't, I don't personally. If you're asking me, I don't quite enjoy it as much. So yeah. Looking forward to trying to win some games really, and hopefully we do, but you know, it will go wrong at times, and we're there to sort of work out a plan and work at it and trying to produce a successful team. So yeah, looking forward, you know, we want to win some games.